What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Subnautica. Today we have some amazing things to talk about. I'm pretty excited, and everybody else, I can only guess, is going to be even more excited than me. There's something within Subnautica that has been talked about before, and literally almost every video or stream, somebody asks about it. Well, something has been updated about it, but I have to make a very huge disclaimer with 3 screenshots from the developers. The first one is from Corey Strader. This is today at 4:37 p.m. He said, regarding the Ghost/Phantom Leviathan, nothing is set in stone yet. Still very much depends on programming time, whether or not it will make it in for 1.0. Now, 3 minutes later, he states again, not set in stone. And then even later, Andrew Jones was talking, and he said, consider anything as post 1.0 to be very, very speculative. So, this is not confirmed that it's going to be added into the game. It's not confirmed that it will be added before version 1 or even after version 1. Just something has been worked on, and it may see the light of day. So, you already know what I'm talking about. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, here it is, the Ghost Leviathan. So the model that was on Sketchfab from a long time ago now has texture updates. So, as we can see here, this part right here is the part that's inside. Right here comes here, and then right here is this part, and then I believe this would be like the brain type deal, and then the head thing right there is right here. Everything else just looks like a thin layer of skin here. As you can see, it's transparent, and there is the orange like lights in it, which is pretty interesting. The back here has some weird fin-like things, and then of course there are the tentacles here. One of the devs did say that the reason why the mouth is open is due to texture stretching with animations. So this is with the mouth open. It will be closed when and if it ever gets finished, but it looks absolutely amazing. Like, if you asked me what my favorite Leviathan would be, if this gets implemented, and that's a big if, this would definitely be it. The color, just like, it looks amazing, absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. Never ever did I think that this thing would even get updated. Now, like I said, it's been updated. Doesn't mean it's going to be in the game, though. But still looks amazing. It looks beautiful. The textures, everything about it. Even like the little pink dots here look really cool and give it some extra feel and look. It's the amount of detail and work that goes into this thing is just crazy. And there is no size comparison here, but it looks like it's going to be massive. But we will see. So, like I said, all the disclaimers, it still may not come into the game. It's just simply been worked on. That's it, guys. Alright, so we do have one more thing to talk about actually on Sketchfab as well. There was a Trello card added the other day right here called main CPU, and pretty much nobody knows what it's exactly for. What we all assume it's for is the rocket, which is a good assumption. When I watched the rocket base stream of the animations and everything. I'm almost positive that the developer made this symbol during that stream. It was just a different color, and it was in the actual like cockpit of the rocket base. So my assumption is you would have to like do whatever and interact with this terminal in order to activate it in the cockpit. So I just think that's what it's for. It has some interesting reflections. And yeah, so that is the terminal. So the next thing we have to talk about is the orange artifact. Actually has a use now. The orange artifact, right here. Change lab cache store to use an orange artifact. It is not currently implemented in game, and there is now no terminal to get into the lab cache. So unfortunately, you can't get in there unless you free cam. But I did want to show you guys that because that's pretty big, because that means that the Degassi were there and they were at the lab cache. So what they exactly brought back and that whole story, you know, whatever those implications have of them going there in that story is pretty interesting. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So now everything else we have to check out is in game. So I will see you guys there. Alright guys, so we are back in game. Like I said, there's no terminal. We can't get into this anymore. My assumption is they took it out to adjust the code for the orange artifact. Also, the canyon here has been polished up. And there's now loot in there. Loot also spawns in the cache, which is kind of weird. Crab squids now spawn in here. I believe it's just the one. They did edit it because quite a few were spawning. And then there is also... I did forget to show it in the last video of this. Up here, if we come up here, it leads to the blood kelp. So that is another entrance to the Lost River here. Alright guys, so we are back at the Lost River base. Here you can see it's been colored differently. It is now gray like the precursor gun. So in my assumptions, it means it must be pretty close to being done. Because I'm pretty sure the precursor gun didn't change to the gray until it was pretty much done, like done. So the interior here has actually been updated. Nothing is in this room yet, unfortunately, and there is nothing in here either. However, we do have the room in here. Now the doors do overlay for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just, it's like 2 or 3 pixels off or whatever it is. So yeah, but in here it's wrecked even more. It's wrecked up here and all over the place, as you can see. And they changed the tank here. It's actually now like a cylinder instead of the rectangle it was, which is pretty cool. One thing that I don't really like about the space is like this part. If you look around, it's very spacious, right? You have way more room than you could ever need. And then you come down here and it gets cramped very quickly. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or what the reason is, but it just seems really cramped, at least mainly because of this. Like, even if they just like cut this right off, it would be fine. And I just noticed right here, these side panels look like fish tanks almost. I wonder if they will be or not, but that's what they look like. So yeah, this has been changed, and all this stuff is all damaged now. The glass here has been changing like every day. It's green, then it's white, then it's green, then it's white. Now it looks to be like a yellowish. It just might be the white slightly tinted. Yeah, I think it's just the white. So then there's this stuff that's textured as well. The ceiling's in, more damage, as you can see. The lighting definitely isn't done, but it's looking pretty awesome. No terminals yet, so I'm assuming that they're going to wait till it's all done and then place them in their final locations. There was a tab on the Trello saying that they were adding more precursor, like Lost River story, so maybe that's why. Maybe they're going to add some. And then there is this, for whatever reason. But, and then, yeah, this is in all this texture, this little weird beam, and that's really weird lighting. All this stuff is textured now as well. Nothing too extravagant there. And then this is pretty much the same. If there is anything new, I don't notice it. But I don't check in here every day. It might just be textures. It does look like there's more moss, though. It definitely looks like there's more moss. But so we do have one more thing to check out. Alright guys, on to the very last thing. This one isn't very new. It's been out since last Saturday when I was streaming. For those of you who are watching, hello Mr. Reaper. We saw this. This is the old crater in the dunes. So they polished it up, they added thermal vents, and added the coral and whatnot, and it looks pretty awesome in my opinion. As soon as you do get out of creative or out of a machine though, you get like burned from them and you get damaged. So do look out for that. What is that sand shark doing? That's really weird. Alright, and if you guys have never seen it, because I've never actually shown it before, this is a rock grub. The rock grub is the smallest creature in Subnautica besides the bloom plankton, which aren't actually in the game. You can spawn them, and they're attracted to light, but the only creature that is actually in-game, or the smallest creature that is in-game and spawns on its own, is this little rock grub. I believe you can only find them in the dunes. There may be another place they spawn, but I'm not entirely sure. There's another one right there. So this is looking pretty awesome. Definitely a really awesome aesthetic addition to the dunes, considering that the rest of the dunes is just pretty much sand and scary reapers, as we all witnessed in the last stream. So that's it for this episode, guys. One thing I did actually forget is they are looking into making Subnautica more mod friendly. I'll show a screenshot of what Corey said about it right now. And so that's pretty awesome. Like, I can't wait just to play Subnautica when it gets fully released, but then to also have a modding community would make Subnautica even better. The only issue is that they said that Subnautica, the way it's built, isn't exactly mod friendly in the coding or script or whatever it is. I'm not all up to date with all that high-tech crap. So crazy episode. Did not expect it. Got home from work, sat down, was checking everything, and saw the Ghost Leviathan. So absolutely crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, and I'm so very appreciative to all of you who do that. The last episode I said, can we hit 300 likes? And I believe as of 2 days ago, we were at 297. So let's try and hit that 300 again, guys. Thank you very much for all the likes and all the support you guys show me. If you are not a current subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe so you can keep up to date on awesome Subnautica news and content like this one. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Awesome. There is like a second copy of it underneath. That's what that thing is right there. It's actually the top of the prison here, I found out. It just looks different because of the lighting since it's under the map. So if we come up here real quick, That's actually the top of it. So there's